Hello, everyone. Glenda Mollet here, and welcome to my craft room. Look, it's still daylight outside. Don't you love spring? Oh, I do. I love the fact that it doesn't get dark right after dinner. So it's 8 o'clock p.m. my time, and the sun's not up because we haven't had sun all day, but it's still daylight out there. That's so awesome. So I hope you are having a wonderful day. I'm just going to check my VIP group and make sure I'm streaming so that we can get all the peeps happening. Turn off the closed captionings so I can actually see the comments. There we go. Oh, hi, Connie. Yeah, so I woke up this morning. It was like 5:30 in the morning. I know it was a god-awful time of the morning. And I looked outside and it was glorious. There was blue sky and puffy white clouds, and the sun was coming up and the clouds got orange, and my sailor took over, and I thought, oh, this is not going to be a good day at all. Because you know the saying, what is it? You know, the sunset at night, sailor's delight. In the morning, sailor's a warning. Yeah, we had a horrible day today. Oh, there's Kathy and Carmen and a Facebook user, Janet. Hello, Janet. Wonder why you're coming up as a Facebook user. Oh, well. Well, hi, Pat. Pat, I got your email and I will answer it as soon as I'm done. I just got it just before I went live. Oh, Lord Lightning. Let's flip you over and see what we're going to do tonight. So tonight, I'm going to show you how to create a sunset and silhouette card using the Rhino Ready Bundle. Now, I know the dies are sold out, but I was thinking, hi, Yvonne, you're coming out as a Facebook user too. Oh, there's another one. Wendy. I guess nobody is going to, I'm not going to be able to see anybody's name tonight. Anyways, there was another stamp set. What was it called? It had palm trees in it. Does anybody remember what that one was called? It's retiring. I can't remember what it was called. A red sky at night. Sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning. Sailor's a warning. Oh, thank you, Kathy. You saved my buttons because it was like blank. Oh my gosh. Anyways, what was that? You know, it had palm trees, or you could use, okay, I'm having brain moments tonight because nothing is coming up, but we have a set of dies that have palm trees in it. We had a set of dies that had fences and stuff. So you don't have to have the rhino dies in order to do this technique. You could do it with anything. Now, unfortunately, I will be using the rhino dies. Well, fortunately, unfortunately. I'm still trying to remember the name of those dies, those tree dies. Something silhouette. I know. It's like, what the heck? Let me see if I can find it, because you know what? It's gonna kill me until I find out, right? Paradise Palms, maybe. Was that the one I was thinking of? 172. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so you could use Majestic Mountains. You could use Paradise Palms. You could use the Meadow Dies. What else is there in here that you can do this technique with? There is so many of them. Anything that's got something that'll build a scene would work if you don't have the rhino dies. Yeah, it was that palm tree one that I was thinking of. Grassy Grove would work. Oh, yes. Grassy Grove is perfect. Anyways, tonight I'm going to use the Rhino Ready dies because that's what my class is in May. So here's the inside. Now, are these rhinoceroses not the cutest things ever? And then I did them on the envelope too. So tell me in the comments, is it rhinoceroses or rhinoceri or rhinoceros for multiples? I don't remember. Don't remember. Oh, I have to show you before we start. Okay, so Holly came to my house today to pick her catalog up. And she handed me a card. And I thought, oh, isn't that lovely? She's giving me a floral card. Okay. She had this wicked little grin on her face, and I should have known better than to think a floral card. So I opened it up and I saw this. And I thought, oh, this is not going to be good. I love how she took her corner rounder and rounded the edges of her custom envelope. Look at that. It just finishes it off perfectly. And you don't have those square edges sticking out. Anyways, so I pulled this card out of the envelope and I'm thinking, like, till I got to there, I'm thinking, oh, it's cute. It uses the Grassy or the Aspen Grove, which is another one you could use with this technique. Oh, that would be gorgeous. Okay. Anyways, and it's got a cute little dragonfly on there. And I kept going and I thought, look, it's got a toad on it, which means someone told me. Isn't that okay? It's a cute card. Timeless Tropical. That's the one, Connie. That's the one I was thinking of. Yes. Paradise Palms, yes, but Timeless Tropical is the one. Yeah, so here you go. So she said to me, I might had to get on the pond, which was the Hostess set from, I believe it was the mini catalog. Was it not? Yes. So here's the stamp set. And it's still available. It's the Hostess Reward stamp set. And she said, I might have had to get that stamp set just so I could do the card for you. Okay. Hi, Julie. So you think this is cute? Hang on a sec, people. You got to see the inside because Holly's cards don't stop on the front of the card. You ready? Look, he's on a wobbler. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Okay, it's a frog, but I still love it. And she did a little custom pond down there. Look at that. Ooh, adorable. So thank you, Holly. It made my day. I tell you, everybody has been so kind to me lately, and I truly appreciate all of my team. Holly is on my team. And we have so much fun together. And all of my friends, and we got to stamp in person on Wednesday, and we had a lovely chat. It was wonderful. Okay, I'm shutting up now. Let's make a card. So this card, I'm going to be using the Rhino Ready stamp set. Now, this stamp set is still available, and there is no reason why you can't fussy cut these rhinos out because they're really easy. Oh, Julie, did you get the frogs too? I'm going to use Rays of Light. This one is not retiring, thank goodness. It's carrying over into the new catalog, and I've used it a lot. I've used it with Elephant Parade and the hippopotamuses and motorcycles. That's another one you could do. You could make a motorcycle silhouette card. That would be cool. And the Rhino Ready dies. Now, these are unfortunately sold out, but I'm going to use them. So this stamp, the Rays of Light, is huge. And I know that a lot of people have problems with this stamp because it is so big. It does fit on our biggest block. But if you happen to have purchased, okay, let's get my English right here, the Stamparatus, this works really well with the Stamparatus. So I am going to put it on here like that. And we're going to use the Stamparatus tonight because I want to be able to use this. Now, if you've been around a while, you'll know that this is not a Stampin' Up tool. This was given to me by my friend Sharon. who recently passed away. And every time I use this now, I'm going to think of her. So Sharon, this is for you tonight. We're going to use that. Okay. So, but we have to do some prep before we do the stamping. There's lots of different ways to make sunsets. This is just one of them. In my class on the 31st of May, you're going to learn how to do another one, a different type of sunset. Now, this card takes very little supplies. I have a Poppy Parade card base. It's the usual 8.5 by 5.5. Oh, yeah, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and folded in half. Then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 basic white for the inside. And there's the inside. And I think on this one, maybe I'll jazz up the inside a bit, and we'll put the bird in there or something. Piece of basic black. Now what I've done, I'm going to use this to get the silhouette pieces out. And then you're basically using 4 pieces of paper for this card. But I put adhesive sheet on half of it because the trunks of the trees really need to have adhesive sheet. And then this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And this is shimmery white. You don't have to have shimmery white. It is retiring. And I don't know whether it's sold out or not, but once I get this going, I will check and see if this, but if you don't have shimmery white and you like to blend colors, this is perfect because it's got a lovely coating on it and it's got bling in it. You probably can't see it. And it's ambidextrous, so either side works. Okay, and then I have a piece of Daffodil Delight that I'm going to do the sentiment on, and I'm going to use It's a Great Day instead. Okay, so let's work on the main focal part of this card. I'm just trying to organize myself and get my pieces out of the way because I got to have, their ink will be flying. So do you guys like making silhouettes? Do you guys like making sunsets? Do you put them on your cards? Shimmery white is all gone. Oh, thanks, Shanna. That makes me sad. I do like shimmery white. Okay, so I'm going to be using Pumpkin Pie, Poppy Parade, and Daffodil Delight. When you guys get your new ink pads, do you know that on the back of them is the... Hang on, I saved one. Did you know that on the back of them is the labels to put on the front? Now, there is, this is Pretty Peacock, and this is an old label. Now, it's not an old, if you get this and you see Japanese on it, we're not in Japan anymore, but it's just the label that's old. It's not the ink pad. So you just pull this off. Come on. Pull that off. So that's just garbage. And then you have all of these labels. Then you pull off the new ones. Instead of Japanese, they have Pretty Peacock. They have English again. And I put the one with the name that I can read on the front. So this is the front. When it sits in my holder, that's what I get to see. And then I take another one, and it would be the one that also says Pretty Peacock, but this one is an old label. They didn't reprint the labels. So I put it on one side, and then I put it on the other. And you're probably wondering, why in the world would you do that? I'll show you in a sec. And then take another one, because you get 5 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you get 5 of them. So you might as well make use of them. Put it on the back, just in case it's sitting backwards on your table, you know what it is. And then you have one left, and that one goes on the inside. So let me get the last one off. Open up the ink pad. to do this without, put that on there. There we go. So right here in the front of your ink pad, there's a little well in there. And that's where this label sits. So you got to be careful doing this because I tell you, I get ink everywhere when I do this. Hang on. I got to get my Kleenex out because I got ink all over myself. Anyways, you put it in there. So now it doesn't matter if my ink pad is sitting here or if it's closed. I still have the color on the label. And if you have the new ones, it has the name. The name in English would be there. Just telling you. And then you go back to the back and you take off this. Of course, this one's not going to be. You got to be careful when you take these off. You got to hold your mouth in the right direction. This also peels off. It's just what holds the labels. So you just peel that off and then you get to see all of the stuff underneath, the important information. See, you just got to be careful when you do it. And I'm going a little too fast and it's not pulling off properly, but it will. See, there you go. See, it comes right off. There we go. And that's how you prepare your new ink pads when you get them. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled show. Once I take my ink off of my... Oh yeah, let's get it all over my cardstock that I'm working with. Okay, so I'm using Daffodil Delight and then some Pumpkin Pie and some Poppy Parade. So I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight and my blending brush. I'm going to move that because I don't want to get ink all over it. And when I did this, I chose to go in a diagonal. Instead of starting at the bottom and making it straight, I wanted it to be a little bit different. So you put on here as much ink as you want. And these colors work really well together and they don't turn brown and muddy when you overlap them. And if you want it really dark, you add more ink. If you want it really light, you don't add more ink. And you have a little bit, or you can take it and you can invade a little bit more. Because if you start with your lightest color, which in my case is Daffodil Delight, then you can always cover that up with the next darker color, which will be Pumpkin Pie. Okay. Just get a little bit more up here in this corner. Oh. Hang on. I have these hotkeys on the side of my mouse, and if I hit them, it takes me out of wherever I am. So the next time James comes over, he has to, apparently he can program them to be unhotkeys. Who knew? I'm still there, right? You can still hear me. Can you give me a yes or thumbs up or hit those emojis or something and let me know that you can still hear me? Oh, that was Holly that was talking. Oh, okay. Yeah, all I can see is Facebook users. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. So we've got the Daffodil Delight is on there. Just going to put that over to the side. Now I'm going to get my Pumpkin Pie out. And I'm going to load up my next color. And go along here, invade into your yellow a bit so that you get them nicely blended. And you notice that I'm starting off with the cardstock because that helps it stops from getting these blotches on when you're blending color. And you just do it wherever it looks good for you. And see how nice It blends together there. There is no hard things. Hard edge. Okay. That was pumpkin pie. Now we'll get out Poppy Parade. I was really happy when this color didn't retire, because they took some of our sunset colors away. Okay, and this one is really dark, so make sure you use it sparingly, because you can always add color, but you can't take it away once you get it on there. Now, this one, I'm kind of cognizant of where my sun is going to sit, right around in there. And on this card, you can see I've got this lovely pinky colored sun or moon. I guess it's the sun going down. There we go. And just add a color until it looks good to you. And then with my blending brushes, when I'm done adding, then I go back over top of it like this, and it helps smooth everything out. Blend it all together. And then if I wanted a little bit more orange, which I think I might just add a little bit more pumpkin pie in there. I'm thinking it needs a little bit darker in the center. What do you think? Should I add some more pumpkin pie in the middle there? Make it a little bit more orange? What do you think? Tell me. Yes or no? It's kind of this is such a cool technique. 20 seconds is really long when I'm waiting for you guys to answer me. There, now the answers are starting to come in. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more pumpkin pie. Just right there, I want to make it a little bit darker. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just needed a little bit more color. There we go. Now, blend that in so that it's not a hard edge there. And then I'm just going to grab the Daffodil Delight brush, and just with whatever ink I've got on there, just blend that all in together. Okay, I'm done. That's it. There we go. See that? Isn't that amazing? So I'll show you the card again now that you can see it. So do you want to see a sneak peek of the cards for the class that I have on the 31st of March? Let me know if you want to see a sneaky peeky. Okay, now I'm going to take this, and I've got a piece of tape here because you can't use the magnets, because I want the stamped image to go right to the edge. So I put a little piece of repositionable double-sided tape right there. So, excuse me, so my paper doesn't move. Now, I have to check and make sure that this is going to be covered when I stamp. Yeah, it is. Okay, and the sun is going to hit right about there. Perfect. You're nosy? Who's that says they're nosy? Oh, Holly. Oh, everybody wants. Good. Well, if you hit those emojis enough, if I reach 15 emojis, and I can see because there's a counter on my screen, if I reach 15 emojis, I will show you. I will give you a sneak peeky of the cards. Okay, so now when you use your Stamparatus, always put a stamp case underneath the side where you're inking your stamp up, because you need the support there. And then I'm using pumpkin pie. I had to make sure it was pumpkin pie. And I'm going to ink it up really well. Now, because I'm using the Stamparatus, if I mess up the stamping, I can redo it, because it doesn't, as long as the paper doesn't move, you're good to go. Unfortunately, Stamparatus sold out and is no longer available. But you know what? If you want to get it on eBay, they're only $395. Can you imagine? People have their Stamparatus listed for $395. US. That was on the US site. Okay. Oh, not quite there with the emojis yet. If you want to see those cards, start hitting those emojis. Okay, I am going to flip this closed like that. Get out my sharing tool and give this a good rub. Now, if you don't have a sharing tool like I do, you can use a chalkboard eraser or a dry erase board eraser. They work really well too. It's just to get so you can get a good pressure on there. I know it's crazy, right? It was like, hey, I have two of them. Maybe if I sell one on eBay, I could pay for all of our excursions in England and Norway. Now I'm gently lifting this up. You want to make sure that you don't lift up the cardstock. Uh-oh. Cardstock is moving. Hang on. I don't want to lift the cardstock up because if I have to. There we go. If I have to restamp it, I need it to be in the same spot, but I don't have to restamp it. Oh, it turned out really good. What do you think? What do you think? Now, this is supposed to be like that. That's the way the stamp is. But I could do this and put a little bit more pressure on here and lift it up. See? Perfect. Oh, we're only at 7 emojis, ladies. You're not going to see those cards if I don't see those emojis. I think it was 15 I said, right? We're only at 7. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to let that dry while we do some die cutting. I love this stamp. Don't forget about my birthday specials. So the first week, it was the naturally gilded designer paper for 15% off. Then it was the brushed brass butterflies for 15% off. And this week, it's 15% off any cardstock pack. Doesn't matter what cardstock. 12 by 12, 8.5 by 11, multi-packs, single colors, whites, colors, anything. Yes, I have 15 people watching, but it's the emojis, Connie. So if you hover over your screen in Facebook, you get the emojis come up. Well, except that this is not working. There we are. And then right down at the bottom, you'll see the thumbs up and the heart and whatever. My computer is just not working tonight. Counter's messing with me. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You hit it 15 times? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so let's do some die cutting. I have my black, and this is the side that has the adhesive sheet on it. So that's the side I'm going to put the tree trunks because they need to have adhesive sheet on them. And I don't have to worry about how close to go because this has got a very thin frame around it. So put those on there. And then I can also use that area for the grass. So we'll just pop grass in there. Well, hills, I guess. Grass or hills? Oh, you guys are funny. Okay, so I have the tree trunks. I have the grass. I need the tree tops. I need 2 tree tops. And I need... Okay, so I used this dude. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. Doesn't matter if you hit it angry or not. I know you're not angry. Which one should I use? I use this one. This is the sitting down one. This is the running dude. So should I use the running, the looking behind, or the sitting down? And I'll show you there. So there's the running, there's the looking behind, and there's the sitting down. Which one do you think I should put there? Anybody got any choices? You know, the more you comment, the more likely it is that I'm going to choose whatever your choice is. Okay, I can't put that there because I don't want to use, yeah, it comes right up to there. I can't use the adhesive sheets on this because they're going to, okay, I got sitting, sitting, running, sitting, running. 3 sittings and a running. Okay, so we're doing the sitting. We're doing the sitting. That reminds me of the name of counselor, the guidance counselor when I was in high school. Oh, she was a mean old witch, that one. Her name was Sitten, Miss Sitten. And we used to call her, if you don't like swearing, plug your ears right now, plug your ears. We used to call her Shitten Sitten because you'd go to her with an issue because she was a guidance counselor, right? So when you're a teenage girl, you had issues. You needed to talk to somebody about them. So we would go in there and talk to her. And then she would go into the staff room and she would tell all of the teachers that you had been in, who you were, and what you had said in confidence in the guidance room. Now, I went to high school on Salt Spring Island. When I lived there, there was maybe 2,000 people there. There's a lot more now. And in the summer, there's a lot more than there is in the winter. But when I was there, there was maybe 2,000 people. So everybody knew everybody. And not only did they know everybody, but the kids of all the teachers went to our school. So she would go in there and she would blab away at what our issues were. The teachers that were in there would go home and talk to their spouses about what they'd heard in the teachers' lounge. And then, of course, their kids would listen. So there we were. Our deepest thoughts would get spread all around the school. Let me tell you, it was not a good thing. So we started calling her Shitten Sitten. And the best thing I ever did was we graduated. And the day after we graduated, my girlfriend and I drove past her house because, of course, you know, it's Salt Spring and there's 2,000 people. So you know where everybody lives. We drove by her house and she was outside and we stopped and we told her off about how she had ruined our life. She could have been fired, but you know what? Back then, they didn't care. We're talking more than 5 years ago. Yeah, a little bit more than 5 years ago. It was back in the day, you know, when smoking happened, the teachers would smoke in their back rooms and they'd smoke in the teachers' lounge. And yeah, it wouldn't be tolerated now, but we felt much better after we told her what we thought of her. And the worst part was she was an ex-nun. How an ex-nun could be a guidance counselor was, first of all, unbelievable. Okay, so I have all my die cutting done now. Get rid of that little bit of adhesive there. Now, Move the pieces out. We're going to attach. See, I've got all these holes under here, but when I put this on, you can't even tell. It's magic. Hey, have you guys been hitting those emojis? I don't know. Are they coming up? They not working tonight? Don't forget, I'll do a sneaky peeky of the cards for my class, my Rhino Ready class in May. It's not only the class, it's the monthly tutorial subscription as well. So you can get the kits for 3 cards, plus some brushed brass butterflies. I always have to say that slow because, you know, I'll trip over my mouth. You can get the butterflies and kits for 3 cards for $35. And then at the beginning, you were able to get the bundle plus the kits plus the butterflies for $120, but you can't get the bundle anymore because the dies aren't available. But you can still get the stamp set. So stamp set, kits, and butterflies is $65. The tutorial, now those are only available in Canada. It's going to take this liner off and use this as part of the adhesive on my card. Well, I might as well use it, right? Those are only available in Canada because I'm not allowed to send product across any border. But if you live outside Canada, you can get the tutorial only version for $15. And that gives you tutorials for the 3 class cards. If you're part of my monthly tutorial subscription, you get 4 cards. So there's a bonus card for the monthly tutorial subscribers. There's my card base. Here we go. So I got that is on there. And you can't even tell that there's all those holes in the background. So this is a really economical card to make. Somebody hit 15 more. Yeah, that's why she was an ex-nun. Oh, she was not a nice person. Okay. She didn't last much longer. Anybody who hasn't hit the buttons needs to hit the buttons. You're right. Good. Thank you for doing all those emojis. I do appreciate it. Maybe it's just the counter's not working properly. Thank you, Julie. 300? Okay, I'll believe you. I'll believe you, Marsha, that there's over 1,500. I'll believe you. Okay, let's put these pieces on now. I need to put on the long grassy part first. Now, apparently, this needs to have a little bit of glue put in the corner because the adhesive sheet didn't go right over to the corner. I believe you guys. You say, and you've done them 25, 30 times. I believe you, and I thank you very much. Okay, so it's going to go right to the edge there and right down to the bottom. Like that. Oops, crooked. Hang on a sec. It's crooked. I have to move it. There we go. Oh, so I did a couple of the very last things I needed to do for our trip next month. Today, got all of our foreign money ordered at the bank. The only did the travel insurance. What else did I do? Oh, our excursions. Printed out all of the stuff because I like to have it in paper when we go away. Oh, look at this. That's so cute. So that's all done. So the only thing I have left to do is to do the check-in on the ship. And I'm going to do that tonight. Then everything is done. Ready to go. And I think hubby is kind of excited that he's not coming. Okay, so putting dimensionals on the treetops because I want them popped up. And these treetops have slits in them, and you want to make sure you don't put dimensionals over top of the slits because they're big enough that you'll be able to see the white dimensional in the background, and it goes shiny. See, the slits are quite big on there. You can tell you can see through them. Of course you can't. Aw, thanks, Kathy. I think we're 400 at least, right? Okay, so we're going to put the top on the big tree first. And I'm going to overlap it there, almost out to the edge. There we go. And look at how it kind of goes over top of that. Now we'll take the other trunk. Could use black. Oh yeah, you could use black dimensionals, but I tried that and you can see the shimmer of the adhesive in there. I tried that. Okay, now is where I get to play and see where I want my tree. I don't want it over top of that whole thing, so I'll just tilt it a little bit so that it goes up top. And we'll get a couple of more dimensional chunks. It's all right because, you know, that's what the sides of the dimensionals are for. I'm sure when Stampin' Up designed the mini dimensionals, they could have got another row here and another row here, but I like the fact that they left us this nice thick strip at the top and the bottom that we can use as little tiny pieces. Oh, one more. Because sometimes you want a long, thin slice. Of course, I didn't cut that one properly, and now it's giving me grief. Oh. There we go. Stick it in the corner. Oops. Oh, gosh. Oh, and then I found a site where we can save 19% off of the hop-on, hop-off bus tours in London. So I got my sister working on that one because I said, I'm busy tonight. I can't do it. Oh, that could be. You're allowed one of each one per person, maybe? Interesting. So there we go. Now we'll put this dude down here. I'm sorry. This stamp set just makes my heart happy. I tell you. Oh, look, I've got a little bit of the adhesive sheet on there, so we'll just have to put a dimensional over top of that. I like it when my heart is happy. This is my happy place. You know, I come into my craft room and I'm instantly happy. Well, depends on what I'm doing. Doing my income tax, I was not instantly happy. There you go. What do you think? Well, hello. Hello, Maria from Alberta. Welcome. What do you think? Isn't that amazing? And you guys can't see it, but because this is shimmer white cardstock, you do this and it shimmers. Absolutely stunning. Thank you, everyone. I wish I could see the names. I didn't have to keep going back and forth. Anyways, let's do the sentiment. And then I think I'm going to put some butterflies on there. I'm going to do some brushed brass butterflies because I can. So you're going to get a package of these if you get the card kits from me. Look at that. There is 80 of them, and they're in 2 sizes. Late to the party, nodding off. Who was that? Oh, Valerie. Oh, you were nodding off. Trying to get internet back after unplugging it to move the computer, then didn't. Oh, up till 2:30. Hey, did you guys have power all day today? Because I know Courtney did not have power. I heard from friend Terry up there. She did not have power at her place. Okay. Going to stamp It's a Great Day. Hit an emoji, Val. Yeah, Val, hit emojis. We're trying to get the emojis up to 15, so I'll do a sneaky peeky of the cards that are in my class in May after I get back. So there's the card I'm making. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. I should count in the past little while how many cards I've hand cut the sentiment for, because I think it's a lot. Because I've enjoyed doing it. What do I want to put on there? Maybe a couple of slices. Let's just put this whole big thing on there. Let's overkill. We'll put all of that on there. There, it won't collapse. 50 emojis just went up. Yeah, my counter's not working. Apparently, it's still saying 8, which it has said since before Val did anything. Okay. There we go. It's a great day. Look at that. There's 16 people watching right now, so Facebook tells me, and they hit the emojis 8 times. So I don't know what is going on with the counter. What does this say? Yeah, this one doesn't. Oh, this over on Facebook, it says 16 people hit the emojis. You broke it. Okay, so am I adding the butterflies? What would happen if I took a black Sharpie and tried to make them black so they look like silhouettes? I don't think it's going to work because they are very shiny and I'm not going to be able to get down along. No, I don't like that because it still shows on the edges. It was worth a try to see what would happen. You did 30 twice. Aw, you guys are wonderful. Thank you. Okay, let's put some, I think we'll just use the little ones. I don't want a big one in there. Let's put one here. And we'll put one up there. And then, how about one right there? You like those? Do you like the butterflies on there? Or do you like it without the butterflies? I didn't put any bling on this. Which one do you like? With or without? Tell me, because now I have to stamp the inside. And I'm going to put my butterflies away so they don't fly away. And I'm going to use the running dude on the inside because I like him. He's cute. Look at this. Look at the face on that. With, both, with. The butterflies are a hit. I like the butterflies. They've been out a few years and they have not gone away. And they're metallic. They're not plastic. They're actually metal. They're brass, hence the name brushed brass butterflies. Now, should I put the third rhinoceros on the envelope? This dude? And then we will have used all 3 of them. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I'm going to look. Do you notice the blends are kind of matte? Did you notice her toenails? We don't have a Poppy Parade blends, or they would have been Poppy Parade, but I figured orange would do. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that funky way of coloring. Now, because you guys are in my VIP group and you're part of my very special VIPs, I have a file that my friend Debbie in the United States shared with me, and she said I can share with my team and my VIP people to make name tags for the ends of your blends. So it comes in a Word document. You print it on white cardstock. You punch them out with a 3/8 inch circle punch and then attach them to the end of your markers. So they go on right on there with a glue dot. So if you are wanting that file, if I haven't already sent it to you and you want it, send me, don't say it here because I'm not going to go back through 4,000 comments to find it. Send me an email, gjmollet@shaw.ca, or a Facebook message will work too, that you want that file, and I will email it off to you. And I printed it on basic white cardstock. And yes, it did take me probably an hour to do all of mine. She also has some of the retired ones on there. So I like this way of coloring. You go around the outside where the lines are with your marker of choice, and I'm using light smoky slate. You can't see it because my camera is not focusing. Hello. There you go. Light smoky slate. You go all the way around the outside like this. Oh, I'm going to have to get a blue. What color is that bird going to be? Then I'm going to do the tail. And I did the ears like that. Then you get your color lifter. So this is, oh, there's not a name on this one. I must have missed this one. The other one's got a name. Anyways, then you just go around over top of the edge of that color that you just put on there, and it feathers it and removes that harsh line. Now only go over it once till you see what the effect is, and I'll show you the difference because it's happening already. Yes, all three. Okay, I will use the other one. I meant use black blends to color the butterflies as the blends are more matte than a Sharpie. Oh, well, could try that. Pat wants a yellow bird. Kathy wants a blue bird. Connie wants a parakeet bird. Okay, so here's where I have used the lifter and softened that edge, and here's where I haven't. So it does make a difference, and it's a really cool way because you don't have to color in the whole thing. This is just a different way of coloring your rhinoceros. Now, did you see the card I did on? Oh, I should have that one. Have to find it. Did you see the card I did on Monday? I made a pink rhinoceros. Oh, okay. So we have 2 votes. We have 1 yellow, 1 blue, and 2 parakeets. So apparently I'm doing a parakeet. And I'm using a light crumb cake for the horn. Like that. Now, that's a little dark, so I'm going to go over top of it with the lifter and just see what it does. See if I can. Oh, look at that. It's taken that harshness right out of there. Okay, we'll put some pumpkin pie on the toenails. Nobody else have a input into what color that bird should be? Do you want to see the card from Monday? Okay, I'm getting the parakeet party. Parakeet party. We could have used lemon lime twist, but I forgot to order the blends, so we're not having a lemon lime twist bird. Oh, good choice for the bird. That's cute. Did you see the card I did on Monday? Well, look. Isn't that adorable? I love it. I don't think I'm going to get rid of this bundle. I think this bundle will be forever in my craft room because I'm having so much fun with it. Of course, I don't have to stop using the stamp set because the stamp set is still available. Saw it Monday? Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. Okay, put this in here like this. Okay, and get out the third one. So that would be this dude. And a block. Because you can't stamp without a block. Nobody wants to see my Monday card. You just want to see the cards I'm doing in the class. There we are. I just had an idea. I don't usually color on the envelope because, first of all, it goes through the other side of the envelope, but I want to give this one some parakeet party toenails. I can show you both. I can show you all of them. Look at that. There we go. There's the card. Very economical to make. It used one card base, a piece of white for the inside, piece of black, and a piece of shimmery white, and a little tiny chunk of Daffodil Delight. That's it. That's all it did. Okay, I gotta find the cards. What did I do? What? There it is. Found it. Okay. So here's the card I did on Monday. See, he's pink. I used Flirty Flamingo. Gave him a little party hat. This is the brushed something or other, brushed metallic paper. And it's a fun fold. Unfortunately, these radiating stitch dies are out of stock at the moment. But isn't that cute? And then I did now in the background is that desert designer paper. And I used it for the envelope as well so that they match. Okay. Now, are you ready for a little sneaky peeky? So here's the class. So there's these three cards are the ones that you will get for the class. I'm going to do all of the die cutting. So all of the trees and the grass will be done for you. The cards are created so that you can use elephants on them or you can use hippopotamuses. You don't have to use the rhinoceroses if you don't have it. So you basically got very little to do for these cards. Kits plus the butterflies, 35. The stamp set plus the butterflies, 65. Tutorial only 15. And my monthly subscription is 15. And you get this card. You get the tutorial for this card. Okay, here we go. This card up here. I'm not showing you the whole things. Oh, well, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Blue Bird of Happiness right there. Okay, are you ready? This card, this is this card. And I'm going to bring it in. It's a fun fold. Do you see this? It's a fun fold. It's a seagull fun fold. Ready? Here we go. I'm going to go fast. Whoop. That was this card. And the envelope. this card. There's the envelope for this card. This is not a fun fold. You ready? Here we go. Ooh, look at how cute it is. There we go. Card number 2. You're probably wondering, what is that paper? Bring it back. I want to see the paper. Okay, this card, I'm going to show you this one last because this is a sunset technique. It's another one. This one has that on the envelope because it's so cute. And there's the inside. Really adorable. I just love these guys. They're so cute. Now remember, this is the one that you get the tutorial for. Hello, friend. And off we go. So that's the bonus card for subscribers. And then this card here is a sunset technique. There's the envelope. There's the inside. Isn't that cool? These will be die cut for you. And I did a little bit of a sunset technique on the inside. And here we go. Take a good look because it's gone. There we are. Another sunset technique for you. So you have until the 1st of May to register. And then the class is not till the 31st because where did my other little thing go? Oh, I'm not even in there. Oh my God, sometimes technology and I just do not get along. It's at the end of May because I'm going to be gone until the 28th. So I get home on Sunday. This class is on Wednesday. Oh, thanks, Martha. Marsha. So you have until the 1st of May to register for the class, get one of the 4 options. If you're in Canada, you have choice of the 4 options. If you live outside Canada, tutorial or the monthly subscription. Now, when you do the monthly subscription, it's a minimum of 3 months purchase. So you'll get May, June, and July if you're just signing up. May is Rhino Ready. June is, I'm working on them now. Hang on. Oh, June is out of the new catalog. It's called Cheerful Daisies. And we're going to make one of these cards. It's a fun fold. I just did this one today. It's beautiful. So that's the June one, Cheerful Daisies. And then I don't know what July is yet because I have to go through the catalog and pick something. All righty. So thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. If you're watching the replay, thank you. I do appreciate all of you, the ones that watch with me and play along. The replay warriors is what they call them. Those of you that are watching on my YouTube channel, all of you make my life worth coming into my craft room every single day. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell icons and tell it you want to be told when I upload my videos. I upload at least 2 a week. You're very welcome. Yeah, I think that's it. I have a list. Let me see that I make sure I got in the list. Hang on, I find my list. It's like buried under my thing. Yep. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We're supposed to have maybe snow. I'm busy all weekend with Stampin' Up stuff. I get to go to Powell River on Sunday. Yay, it's supposed to not be too bad on Sunday. Maybe I'll get to see some whales because the whales are coming back. It's spring. Then they come up the channel and they go up the channel and the ferry goes across the channel. And sometimes it's like Colombian coffee being served on the port side. And then they'll say the whales are the orcas or the humpbacks are on the right side of the ship because, you know, most people don't know what port and starboard are. So then all of these people go in this big whoosh over to the side of the ferry so they can watch the whales as we go by. It's kind of funny. I love tourists. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you Monday night at 8 o'clock because I'll be here with something. Stampin' Smiles.